Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. Today's video is a little bit different to what I normally do on this channel, but I kind of wanted to start making different videos because I don't just love kind of makeup and beauty, but I love loads of different things. So I know the only more different thing I've done is a crafty video, and I still love crafting, but I also love to read. I'm going to link below my Goodreads profile so you can go and follow me and we can be friends there and suggest any other books that you think I would enjoy. But as you can tell from the title, I thought I would do a little book haul for you because I've collected a few books. I'm probably going to be nowhere near as good as all the other amazing booktubers that I follow on YouTube, but I thought I'd try my hand at it and just kind of show you with not mini reviews but with a little mini synopsis of what they're about, and then you can hopefully tell me if they're good if you've read them, or give me any more suggestions, even though I have a whole long list of books that I want to read. So I'll start off with two that I got from my sister. So I saw her on Easter and she gave them to me. One I've actually already started reading, and it's Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I think you say her last name is Moyes. I could be saying that completely wrong. But I really like Jojo Moyes. I've read 1+1 by her before and I really like that. It's just an easy read, and it's kind of like chick lit kind of, but I feel like there's a bit more to her books. It's not just kind of bog standard chick lit, if that makes sense. So I was excited to read this one. I'm about a quarter of the way through, so I'm on page 147. I just started reading it this week. And this is basically about a woman who loses her job and she needs to get another job as quickly as possible to look after her family and her mum and dad and that kind of thing. And she comes from just a general standard family, and she ends up being a carer for a much more well-off family, and it's for their son who used to be kind of a high-flying guy in the city, and he ended up having an accident and he's now in a wheelchair, and it's all about their relationship and how they help each other. So I don't want to go into too much detail to give it away, and obviously I haven't read all the way through, but it's really nice to see kind of how their lives kind of intertwine and how they interact, and yeah, I've really been enjoying reading this one so far. This book is The Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman. I've never heard of the author and I've never heard of this book either, so I'm quite interested in reading it. It looks quite long, but it looks interesting. So it doesn't really give much away. On the back it says, a boat washes up on the shore of a remote lighthouse keeper's island. It holds a dead man and a crying baby. The only two islanders, Tom and his wife Izzy, are about to make a devastating decision. They break the rules and follow their hearts. What happens next will break yours. So this seems like quite an emotional book, and I love a good emotional book. I like to really get involved in a story, so I'm looking forward to reading this, and that's all that really is said about it, so I'm not entirely sure what the storyline is going to be whatsoever. Next are some books that I bought at Waterstones. So I was on my way to the tube from work, and I love popping into Waterstones. I just love bookshops in general. I find them so calming. I love looking what's out there, but I do tend to buy them on Amazon because it is a bit cheaper, which is a bit naughty, so I just look at the ones I want to buy. But I kind of did a little bit of a haul because I just wanted to try some new books, and I just love the feeling of new books in my hand, which I think is kind of weird, but I don't know, I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. So I'll start off with the first, which is an absolute blogger favourite and something that I definitely need in my life, but I'm not sure how I'm going to get on with it. So it's The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying by Mary Kondo, and so many people have spoken about this, written blog posts and reviews on it, and said really positive things about it actually. I think some of it is meant to be a little bit cringe-worthy, like talking to our things and thanking them for the jobs they've been doing, which I'm not sure if I can get down with, but I just think the whole kind of premise of the book and kind of what it helps you do, one of the things is that you are only meant to keep things that give you joy, which I really like the idea of, and I'm a huge hoarder, so this is something that I think would really help me, and I've gotten into kind of self-help books. A lot of the ones I've been reading about mindfulness, and kind of self-love, which sounds so lame, but again, that's something I suffer with. I don't have a lot of confidence, and yeah, so I've just really been enjoying books that kind of improve your life and well-being. The next one is more on the kind of chick lit side as well, and this is by Sophie Kinsella, and it's Shopaholic to the Rescue. So I love all of her books. In particular, I do love the Shopaholic series. They're really easy to read, they are funny, and they're just something light because I really read on the train to and from work, that's the only time that I really get to enjoy a book. Sometimes all I want is to read something that's easy, can take me to a different place, let me concentrate on something else, but isn't kind of too heavy and requires a lot of concentration because I might be really tired. So this is what these kind of books are good for, and yeah, I think everyone loves these. The next is The Taming of the Queen by Philippa Gregory. So I have a few books by her already. I did history and political science at uni, and the part of history I love most is the Tudors, and there's I read a lot of kind of history books about the Tudors. I find it so fascinating, but in particular I really like historical fiction, which is really, I don't know, I feel kind of weird saying that. I feel like it's quite geeky, but it means that it basically buys into the whole kind of conspiracy theories about what happened around this time. There was a lot of scandals, some of it may be true, some of it may not be, but historical fiction kind of lets you learn more about it, but in a more kind of interesting way. So it's obviously a story, and some of it's made up, obviously not all the conversations are real, but yeah, it's just a genre that I find really interesting. And so obviously this is it's set in the Tudor times. This is about Catherine Parr. I haven't actually read much about her, so that's why I'm looking forward to this one. There's a few that Alison Weir, again I might be saying her last name wrong, but she does a lot of non-fiction as well, but her historical fiction is also really good and along the same lines. This one, which is called The Cricket Heart, is by Lisa Evans. So the reason I first picked this up is because of the cover. It's also part of the Waterstones book club, and it has a quote by Jojo Moyes, who I just got a book by. But actually the reason I bought it is because it's based in St Albans, and I live in Hertfordshire. I went to school in St Albans, and that is literally the reason that I bought this book. So but it does sound interesting as well. So it's about a boy who's age 10. He is evacuated from London, it said, when the Blitz was on, and he ends up in St Albans with a 36-year-old woman who's drowning in debt. They come up with a way to make money, but it is some kind of way that is quite dangerous, and they end up in a bit of trouble, I'm guessing. So it's quite different to what I've read recently. Finally is a hardback book, and they're not the best for kind of commuting, but I just really like hardback books. I think they look great on the shelf, and I don't know, they just give you a bit of substance. And this one is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. This has probably been spoken about quite a lot. I know it's not the newest book out there, and there's been a lot of talk about it, but I love kind of a murder mystery and crime thrillers. They are one of my favourite kind of genres, and this has been something that I've been wanting to kind of really get involved with, so I'm very much looking forward to this one. So that's it for my book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know of any books you've recently got, or any suggestions. Again, my Goodreads is below, so please kind of make friends with me, see what I'm reading, and let me know if you like this type of video as well. I love watching them, like I said, so it'll be really interesting to see what other kind of booktubery videos you'd like to see. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!